Favorite places on Google Maps is also another project that we worked on about a year ago. Most of people perceive Google Maps as a place to find address and direction, but also Google Maps is a great resource to find different businesses. If you come to Milano and you want to find the best pizzeria, just type in pizzeria in Milan. It gives you a list of the best pizzerias, people give rating, photographs, and location. So it works like a Yellow Pages or Yelp. And we wanted to promote this feature of Google Maps. And so we took the iconic Google Maps pin and custom designed this pin, and also invited hundreds of experts in different cities for them to create their own favorite places on Google Maps. So we invited people like Yo-Yo Ma, Al Gore, Moby, Scuola Politecnica, and so on, Tony Hawk. And from all over the world, they created their custom favorite places maps. So here's an example. We are Bloomberg from New York, and here you can see his favorite place, and he also tells a story about why he likes this place. And he goes back to his early days when he used to date a young girl, and he was free there, and he liked to go there. We also created this three-dimensional maps, pins to put on real places outside of business. And this was in San Francisco, the restaurants and bars. And this was done by Mayor of San Francisco Museum. And it was a huge success. People love these 3D pins, and business wants to have these 3D pins. And we learned there's something really interesting about placing a virtual element in a real environment. So there's a mash up between virtual and real was really intriguing, and people really love it. And I think doing this project ended up influencing me somehow. Doing this personal project called Duchamp Real, which is also displacing an object. So I took the famous Duchamp bicycle wheel, and I started to place them all over New York City, just blocking them randomly. This is in front of the Museum of Modern Art, where the actual original piece is inside. And when I placed this, I remember the guard of MoMA came out and was really, really intrigued to look at it, because I think he was used to seeing it at the museum. Really puzzled at what's going on. Here's another one. So again, there's a correct relationship between the professional project and the personal projects, and I see them being really part of one creative process. I don't really separate these two roles. I try to really combine them as much as possible.
Something like that was part of here 2 years ago.
Oh, really?
Exactly the same.
The show? That's funny. I love to see that. That wasn't me. Oh, really? So I want to speak a little bit about the power of personal project. That's, not only the individual is tapping into the individual like me or tapping into the personal project, but companies like Google and 3M are tapping into the power of personal projects, because they realize that really innovative and passionate projects come out of people's personal passion. So at Google, we have project of Google is a 20% policy. Anybody know anything about 20% policy? So basically, the 20% policy is based on the idea that everybody who works at Google has 20% of their time, or 1 day out of 5 days, to devote to projects that, whatever project that they are interested in, they can create a new project. So you don't have to be brief, it doesn't have to relate to what you're working on. You can create your own project as long as it's related to Google. So out of this 20% policy, some of the best innovative products came out. For instance, Gmail, Google News, or our social platform for Orchid, which is huge in Brazil and India, came out of this part of this 20% project. So, and we believe that up to 50% of innovation at Google comes out of this 20% project. So you can see the importance of tapping into this personal projects. And there's a whole system within Google where you can post your ideas and people can respond it and people can improve it, and also it helps you to connect to the right people. So you find a marketing person that can connect to the engineer and create these projects together. There's also at 3M, a big company, a 15% rule, very much similar way to Google. They give 15% of their time their employees to create the project. And there are also individual designers like Stefan Zagmeister who take 1 year sabbatical after every 7 years. And he gave a talk about the sabbatical, and he really says that this 1 year is actually not a waste of his time, or he's not him taking a vacation. After 7 years of working, he feels that things get used to, he get used to doing the same thing, and he, this 1 year of time off, he really refreshes his thinking. And his last time that he took off in Bali, he experimented doing furniture design, something that he has never done before. So he has a whole new area of creativity that he can explore that he had never thought about before, that only could happen through this time off, investing in his personal project. So about 10 years ago, that's when I was finishing my school. When someone had an idea, a great idea, let's say you wrote a book or you started a project like the Bubble Project, there were a couple of ways of spreading this idea. One is talking to your friends and your colleagues, and the other idea was to mail it to publishers or TV stations, radio stations to spread this idea. But besides those two things, there was really not much you could do. And really, you were cut off from the mainstream media, like television, radio, and print media, because the only way to get to them was either through money or through influence. If you didn't have these two things, you were pretty much cut off, and you were kind of isolated. And that's what the reality 10 years ago. Obviously today, if you have a great idea, all you have to do is sit in front of a computer and then start blogging or tweeting or putting on your Facebook and emailing your friends. And if an idea is great, eventually this idea gets spread to more and more people. And that's why I really believe in that the democratization of an idea. There are some things that I've done, 12 years ago that has been sitting on my website for a long time, and all of a sudden you get picked up by one blogger, and they get picked up by another blogger, and then all of a sudden it spreads onto the web. So if an idea is truly great, is meaningful, eventually you'll find the space online and people are going to talk about it, and you're going to find partners and so on. So once that gets spread online, quickly the mainstream media picks on it, like the ABC News got picked on. So it's still the opposite. 10 years ago, the power was with media. Now there was reverse of power from mainstream media to individual person. So the power to the people is really the reality now because of technology and because of the new technological platform that we have. So a few of the examples that I see online that I feel really inspiring is Justin Igniak's Once for Sale project. He started this project with his girlfriend where he started drawing things that he wanted, and people buy for the price of it. So like he wanted to have a dinner at Noble, which cost, I don't know, $200, and the price of the drawing is $200, and people buy it. So he wants to go to Las Vegas, and he draws a drawing of Las Vegas from the airplane window, and that ticket costs, I don't know, $155. That's the price of the drawing. And there's a sneakers and Advils and one rent of his apartment, which is $1,850, an iPod, and people pay the price of the object because it's an interesting project. And he has gotten hundreds of things, of the things that he wanted, from a slice of pizza to the rent of his apartment. And he started to do now another project called Needs for One. So he worked with charities that need something. So he draws something for the charity, and people buy that drawing for that amount. So he's trying to do some good for the society, not only himself. Rock Davis is needs something cool everyday project. For this designer create this project that he will make something cool one day for 365 days. So he really did it. And here's some of the collections of stuff that he has done for the whole year. For every day he did something cool, which I think is a really wonderful challenge. You know, so it's something, and this got picked up by lots of bloggers because it's such a simple idea, and really you can see his passion and his energy do something really interesting for the whole